Israelite. I'm black. I'm Israelite.
Tell Tyrone Jenkins to hold on. Right? You called him Tyrone Jenkins and gave him $1.
I'm Israelite. I'm black. I'm Israelite. You can't tell me.
So I like to say Barak de Hawa, Barak de Hawashai, Barak de Hawa, Barak de Hawashai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, double honest, the apostles and elders of GMS. And salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work with you sincerity. I like to say Mawatha Bible, which is death to Babylon. And real quick, man, you got, I'm not going to say he's a Jake. I'm not going to say he's a heathen. But his actions prove to show that he is a heathen because he's not taking heed to the word. I'm not saying that he's a heathen as in an Edomite or Moabite or any of that. But a heathen as in one that followeth not after the truth. But Jake here, he said, I'm black. I'm an Israelite. Well, first of all, black is a color, right? Black is a color. And if you go back to the etymology of black, it goes back into witchcraft, being evil, being wicked, being deceitful. So when Esau put that that byword on you so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans, he did it to hide his true identity, which is being a red man. When you go into that red, it is Edom in the Hebrew, which is Edom, right? So Edom in the Hebrew is Edom, which means red. So the so-called white man is a red man because his blood show forth through his skin, right? So Jake said that he's black. You so-called African Americans, you're not black, you're not African American, you're not a Negro, you're not a nigger, but you're Israelites, man. And this thing that we do is a spiritual thing. It's not based off your skin color, and that's what this dude's gonna say right now. So what I'm on right now, man, is that I was watching Adam Abbott. This video was about, Salakia. This video was about November 27th, 2019, and I'm over here listening to this dude saying that he's a black Israelite. So let's keep playing it a little bit more, then I'll get scriptures.
I'm Israelite. I'm black. I'm Israelite. You can't tell me.
Which one is it?
I'm still Israelite. My color makes me Israelite. So you can't say nothing.
So that's what I wanted to get real quick. He said, my color makes me an Israelite. My color makes me an Israelite. You got camps out there that believe and something of the same thing is that color makes you an Israelite. Not all Israelites look like dark-skinned people. At one point in time, we all were dark-skinned in the beginning, but throughout time and throughout history, our people mingled themselves with the other nations. Now they look like the other nations. This thing isn't about color. This thing is about the spirit, man. So let me get that in Romans 8:16. And it says, the spirit itself bear witness, Salakia, the spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children or the sons of the Most High, right? And if children, then heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with the Mashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together, right? So this thing is based off the spirit. This thing isn't based off if you look like a so-called black man, or, Satan got to come around when you making a video. If you look like a so-called black man, or if you look like a so-called white man, this thing is based off the spirit. The scripture says, if you live by the spirit, walk by the spirit. Matter of fact, let me get that. That's one of my favorites. That's Galatians 5:25. It says, if we live in the spirit, let us also walk in the spirit. So if we live in the spirit, we got to walk in the spirit. This thing is a spiritual thing. It's not a carnal thing. This thing isn't about color. This thing is about facts. This thing is about truth. This thing is about the spirit, man. That's what you got to understand. But Jake don't understand that. Jake too goddamn carnal. Jake want to believe that he's really an African American, or Jake want to believe that he's really a black man, you know, not knowing that the so-called white man put that byword on you to diminish you or to or to belittle you, you know. But Jake so blind, Jake don't know what the hell is going on, man. Jake lost in the damn sauce, man. And Jake have a heavy 2/3 of our people, they have a heavy effeminate countenance about them, man. You know, because as I was watching that video, Jake walked up walking like a damn woman, man. You know, Jake is a damn fool, man. Let me get this. This is Jeremiah 4:22. And it says, "For my people is foolish." Foolish means stupid. They have not known me. They are startish children, which means the same thing. And they have none understanding. Right. 2/3 of you so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you have none understanding, man. You know what I'm saying? 2/3 of our people will fight us to believe that the other nations can be saved, when the scriptures don't say that. To believe that they're black African Americans and things like that, man. But you have no history, but you don't want to go into no history background on where those names come from. Jeremiah 4:22. "For my people is foolish, they have not known me, they are startish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge," man. Right, so Jake, 2/3 of our people, they have no knowledge of Yahweh Shemi Shai, man. That's why the scripture says this right here, Hosea 4:6. And it says, "My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children," man. So the Lord is going to forget you. You know, the Lord is going to reject you, man. But I got to start heading out for work. I'm going to start driving, but I'm going to keep the video going, man. So, which means I'm not going to be able to grab no more scriptures. So forgive me. But I'm going to go ahead and keep going on this. But yeah, man, Jake real foolish, man. Jake have no understanding of the truth. Jake don't want understanding of the truth, man. 2/3 of them anyway. Like I made in my last video, man, this is for the elect, man. This is for the elect of Israel. This is for that governing body and the 1/3, man. Which is the 144,000 and the 1/3. This isn't for 2/3 of our people, man. 2/3 of our people are too cooped up in this world, man. They want to be too much a part of this world. Look at Esau polluting the skies. There's all kind of smoke going up in the air. That's why this devil gotta go, man. The scriptures tell you that in Revelations 11:18, man. "Destroyeth him which destroyeth the earth." Second Ezra, what is that? Second Ezra 6:9. "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that follow it." But again, man, our people are willing to stay here, man. They love it here, because to them, you can achieve for better, man. You can achieve for better. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't better in this kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say if Jake's a rapper, Jake wants that vainglory. You know, Jake is okay with rapping about, you know, oh shit. Salakia. Jake is okay with rapping about having sex with another man's woman, or shooting up a nigga. That Jake is okay with things like that, man. But that's why the Lord said what? Amos 9 and 10, he said, for all of the sinners of my people shall be put to death. When you speak in wickedness, that is sin, man. The scripture even tell you for the thoughts of foolishness is sin. So when you want to be a part of this world, when you want to indulge yourself in wickedness, then that is sin, man. And what is the wages of sin? Romans 6 and 23. The wages of sin is death. The wages of sin is death. That's why the majority of you so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are going to get put to death. No matter how many times the prophets are out there on the highways and byways warning Jake, 2/3 of Jake will not get it, man. And I was watching a video too, man. You know, these women, you wasting your time talking to these women, man. You know what I'm saying? You wasting your time talking to these women. But it tells you that in the book of Ecclesiastes, what is that? I want to say Ecclesiastes, maybe it's Ecclesiastes 7:14 or something like that. But the scriptures tell you, for out of 1,000 men I have found one, and out of 1,000 women I have found none. You know what I'm saying? Women are meant to follow your lead, man. Women are made to follow your lead. Right? So the Most High have chosen men to speak his words. The Most High have chosen men to speak his words. The Most High have chosen men to do his works, Salakia. And that's what you got to understand. You know, it was something that the brother did last week, man. And I believe it was either last Saturday or the Saturday before. But, you know, you had women come up and they was asking questions. And the brother stepped out and he told them women, do they have husbands? You know, according to 1 Corinthians 14 and 33 and 34. He asked them, the women, well, I don't know if you want to call them women because these girls don't know how to be women. So I'm going to say girls, man. So the brother asked them girls, he asked them, he said, do they have husbands? One of them said no. The other one said yeah. So the brother said, you got to bring your husband up here and we could talk to your husband. But I believe her husband was at home or something like that. So, and that's the thing to say, man, is that why are you women guiding abroad while your husband is at home? That's how you know that shit is off, man. That shit is off. You supposed to dwell in the house, man. That's how you know Esau got the world all fucked up and backwards. But the point is, what the brother said is, he said, bring your husband so we can speak to him. That's according to the scriptures. That's according to 1 Corinthians 14 and 33 and 34. So that fitted right in. But guess what? You know what she said? She said, do y'all take all the scriptures literal? That was her defense. And that's what's wrong with you people now, is that because America is set up for that equality shit, you believe that's what the Lord is about. The Lord is about equality, and the Lord isn't about equality. That's not in the scriptures, man. The Lord separated the nations. He tell you that in the book of Deuteronomy 32 and 8. The Lord separated the nations, and he have chosen him one nation. And that's the nation of Israel, man. The Israelites. The Lord didn't choose every fucking body. And that's what's wrong. That's what's wrong with you damn people. Is that y'all don't understand that, man. The Lord didn't create equality. The Lord tells you in Genesis 3 and 16, I believe it's 3:16, he said, women, obey your husbands, man. Be obedient unto thy husbands. I believe that's 1 Corinthians 11 and 7 or verse 8. He said, for I have not made the man for the woman, but the woman of the man. Where's the equality at? The scriptures don't speak about equality. The so-called white man have implemented that equality to destroy the houses. And y'all don't see that, man. Y'all don't see that. I'm just gonna throw a little bit of something out there, man. One time I asked this girl, like I said, I'm not gonna call them women. I asked this girl one time. I said, the reason why so-called relationships end today is because of that equality shit, man. Because women can work, women can make money, women can get their own houses, or they get government benefits is the reason why so-called relationships don't work. I said, look at the world. It's fucked up. I said, you women have been, I told her straight up just like this. I said, you women have been with multiple guys. You got men having sexual intercourse with other men's wives. And you got dudes putting their women to death for that shit, man. Because that's adultery anyway. Which adultery is unto death. You're supposed to get stoned to death for that. I said, but you people figure that it's right and it's okay because the society allows you to do it with no consequences behind it, right? But that's the way of the so-called white man. That's his wickedness, man. He's made to deceive you, according to the book of Revelations 12 and 9, according to the book of Psalms 50 and 19, according to the book of Psalms 10 and 2. This devil was made to deceive you, man. So he made it okay for women to have jobs. He made it okay for women to leave their husbands and have sexual intercourse with other men, have multiple partners. There's all kind of women in the world that have had multiple partners. There's all kind of women in the world that have kids by all kind of different men. And you got Jake. Jake rap about it all the time. Jake rap about how he could take your bitch, or how he could pop your woman. Jake rap about it all the time. But they say, God bless me. So God bless you to rap about wickedness? No, man. Satan bless you, man. That's Satan's job. Satan, spiritual Satan, and the physical counterpart of spiritual Satan, which is a so-called white man that tells you to rap about these type of things. To sing about these type of things, which is all wickedness, man. Satan bless you, but you talk about killing a nigga. Salakia, the Most High blessed you, but you talk about killing a nigga. The Most High blessed you, but you talking about having sex with another man's wife. The Most High blessed you, but you sipping on syrup. This is funny to me, man. Hey, the scriptures tell you in Revelations 22 and 14, blessed is that he that keepeth the commandments of the Most High. You not doing, you 2/3 of you niggas, you not doing that, man. You're not keeping the commandments of the Most High because you say that the law, statutes, commandments are done away with. So how can you be keeping the commandments of the Lord, man? And then y'all bring up the 10 commandments. Well, okay, let's bring out love thy neighbor as you love yourself. How you loving your neighbor, but you talking about fucking your neighbor's wife? Come on, man. How you loving your neighbor, but you talking about shooting a nigga? Again, Hosea 4 and 6, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Y'all destroyed, man. That's how you know that music industry, the movie industry, all that shit is a wickedness, man. Who controls that? Those Jewish people, those so-called Jews. They control that type of industry, man. They control that media. Even now, they control what? They control YouTube. And there's a lot of truth that's now coming out. And people are, you got Jake actually writing books on it, man. Books on who the true Jews are, man. The history is there. Like if you read Babylon Timbuktu, or I got 3 other books that goes into that history as well. But Babylon Timbuktu goes into it as well, where it talks about the million of the million of the so-called black Jews that flee to the west coast of Africa. You know, it speaks on things like that. So that's how you know that the history that's in the Bible pertaineth unto the so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans. Right? But Esau, he tried his best to keep that knowledge from you, but the scripture says that which is in darkness shall come to light. So eventually, everything that this devil tried to hide would have eventually came out through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shema Shah. And now it's coming out. It's coming out that the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the chosen people of the Most High. It's coming out that Esau Edom is the so-called white man. It's coming out that America's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. It's coming out that racial war is going to happen. Martial law, the famine of the word. This is all prophecy. All these things are coming out, and these devils, they know the scriptures, they know the truth, so they fear those things. They fear those things. So what they want to do, they want to shut down social media, because the truth is everywhere. The truth is on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. It's everywhere. So they want to be in a process of shutting it down as fast as possible. So they coming up with all of these wicked ways to either find you, right? To find you, or to shut you down altogether. If you speaking against certain things, like the so-called Jews, the Jewish people, or you speaking against the government or anything like that, they look into those things and they pull those pages down, because that's how much power these so-called white people, these Jewish people have. You even had a couple of their own people, and it tells you that in Job. It tells you that in Job 18:7. Man, I want to grab that scripture, but I'm driving, man. Let me just see, man. I don't want to tempt the Lord, but let me see if I can get that real quick. This is Job chapter 18, verse 7. And it says, the steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. That's pretty much what I wanted right there. His own counsel shall cast him down. Who is his own counsel? His own people. You got Jewish people bringing out that they're not the true Jews. You got so-called white people coming out and saying that the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true Israelites of God. You got things like that coming out. So this devil is falling by his own damn counsel, his own people. People that hate us, people that hate our guts, are bringing out that we're the true people of God, man. That's how you know this truth is really coming out. That's how you know that we're at the end of a kingdom. We're at the end of the reign and rulership of the so-called white man. You know, brothers in this truth, we want this place to be annihilated, man. This place is ridiculous, man. Woe unto the bloody city. Woe means destruction. Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies, and the prey departed not. Woe to the bloody city. This place, America, was built off the bloodshed of the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you stupid ass people are too ignorant to see that. But you will still sit up here and celebrate Independence Day, celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, and there's all kind of people that died to build this motherfucker, man. You people are ridiculous. And excuse my French, but the spirit got me heated, man. And the scripture says, be ye angry, man, and sin not. So hell yeah, we're angry, man. Ecclesiastes 7:7 says, oppression maketh the wise man mad. So my anger is justified, man. It's ridiculous hell, man. The Native Americans got slaughtered, but they hate you so-called black people and call you niggers all day. But that goes back to the curses in Deuteronomy 28. But they're not against their enemies. That's why the Lord is going to have to put the spirit on our people to rise up against the so-called white man. Come together and rise up against the so-called white man. And that's going to happen, man. That's going to be the racial wars. That's going to be the racial wars. But brothers, we teach this truth. 2 Corinthians 10:4. Our weapons of warfare are not carnal, So we know, even when the Most High rise up Jake against the so-called white man, we know Jake gonna lose, right? We know Jake gonna lose, but at the end of the day, the Lord is gonna save Jake and give Jake that spiritual power, the elect of Jake. But 2/3 of our people, y'all foolish, man. Y'all do everything opposite the Most High want our people to do, and you've been doing it since the beginning. The scriptures tell you, going back into the book of Psalm 78, it tells you to teach these words, teach these statutes, commandments, and laws unto the children of Israel for the generation to come, so they be not as disobedient as their fathers, man. To roughly paraphrase it, but you can go into Psalm 78, it's going to tell you the same thing. That's what you got to understand, man. We living in fucking wickedness, and all our people could do is persist on committing adultery, persist on worshiping other gods like Sejere or Gia, who they call Jesus Christ. Put his images and pictures everywhere, or they worship the saints, Saint Mary, Saint Joseph, Saint Peter's, and they all so-called white images, man. Where is it at in the scriptures that the scriptures tell you to worship those images? The scriptures tell you don't worship those images. He said, for my people have been a rebellious people, man. For they worship gods that cannot breathe or cannot eat, to roughly paraphrase it. You can go into the book of the Wisdom of Solomon, man. He talks about that. But our people, you can't tell our people shit, man. Our people don't want to hear nothing. Our people want to do whatever they want to do. I am who I am type shit. And that's why the Lord is going to destroy 2/3 of them, man. You know, and another thing that gets to me, man, is these women. You know, Salakia that I'm talking a lot, but also while I'm talking, I'm trying to throw precepts in there as much as I can, so I could be speaking the words of the Most High, like it tells you in 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 11, and the book of Jeremiah, the 11th chapter. So I'm trying to throw as many precepts in there as I can. But like I said, with these women, you know, it's crazy, man. You know, these women are in complete wickedness, man. They don't understand nothing but carnal. They don't understand nothing but carnal. Yeah, a lot of these women, they go to these churches, but these churches are filled with wickedness, man. And you got some of the women in those churches who get popped by the pastor or bishop, man, and they and they have their husbands. But again, we in complete wickedness, man. We in complete wickedness. You know, when you look at your woman, man, you gotta look at her like like she your damn enemy. You gotta keep an eye on her ass. You know, because again, we're in a world filled with wickedness. This world that we are in is backwards, man. You got women driving, and they the worst drivers there is. If you look at and it tells you that in Jeremiah the 31st chapter, it says women shall compass of men, and that have happened. You got women in positions that men should have, you know. But what I was gonna say is that, according to statistics, women are the worst drivers, man. You know, women gotta get hit with more insurance than men do. It ain't what they would call a sexist, but you women are the worst drivers there is, man. You drive close, and you the main ones getting into accidents. That's how you know women are supposed to be in the house. Not only because they're the worst drivers in the world, but look how they, what's the word? Look how they perceive themselves to be in the streets. They dressing up whorish. They wear high heels, and you don't even know what high heels represents, man. You know, I went into the background of high heels. High heels goes into I believe her name was what was her name, man? I want to say Marilyn Monroe. I don't know if that's her name, but in one of my other videos I'll go into it. But them high heels represents sex appeal or sexual formality, if that's the word. I believe that's the word. But ultimately, high heels represents a woman that's pretty much ready for her sexual exploitation. That's what those high heels represents. But if you give women that background on those high heels, they don't give a damn. Oh, so what? I'm still gonna wear them type shit. You know, those high heels, they practically and pretty much go into adultery, man. Look at these goddamn women don't know how to drive, man. Look, I was just speaking on that. These women don't know how to drive. But that's what those high heels go into. You know, you got a husband and you wearing high heels. Those high heels represents your sexual exploitation, man. Your sexual desires. You know? You women are destroyed, and you niggas, you know, are you Israelite men, you're even more destroyed, man, because you let your damn women wear anything she want. You got these Judite and Issacharite and Gadite women out here dressing half naked, got their titties showing. They got walking around, you know, I'm gonna be blunt with it. They got their titties showing and walking around with camel toes. They ass is showing. And when they wear those black spandex pants or what they call yoga pants or whatever, you know, let her ass bend over and let the sun shine on that shit, and you can see right through them. But this is the world we living in. We living in a world filled with wickedness. Job 9:24. The earth was given unto the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? He's right in your damn face, the so-called white man, the spiritual counterpart of Satan. The Salakia, the physical counterpart of Satan. He got the world upside down, man. It tells you that in Isaiah 29:16. Salakia, like I said, I'm still driving, but I want to grab that real quick too. It ain't a long scripture. Isaiah 29:16. It ain't that much traffic either. Isaiah 29:16. Oh shit, my bad. Isaiah 29:16. And it says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's play, right? He turned everything upside down. He have caused confusion. He got the women in high positions. You know. He got man, homosexuals. I'm not sure if I want to do that or not. He got Salakia, man. I'm just trying to get up in this little line here. He got men as homosexuals. He got pedophiles walking around. You know, it's all messed up, man. It's all messed up. We're in complete wickedness. You know what I'm saying? That's turning everything upside down. But that's why this devil, he have to be put in chains. Man, this motherfucker dressed like a girl but look like a dude behind me. That motherfucker got a muscular neck. Hey, again. Hey, the Lord said, I am not the author of confusion, man. So, who's causing confusion in the world? The so-called white man. He allow you to try to change your DNA by using pills and shit like that. Man, that's the works of the so-called white man. But people want to say, oh, not all so-called white people are evil. Man, all so-called white people aren't white people. You know? But Esau Edom, the red man, he is the devil, man. He is evil. He is the physical counterpart of Satan, man. This world isn't ruled in righteousness. This world is in utter, utter wickedness, man. Like the scripture says, surely he turneth everything upside down as the potter's clay. So everything got to be turned right side up. And the only way that could be done is by getting rid of the wickedness that is sown in the earth. Which means America have to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. Now, I know I have gotten into some different topics, but that's all right, man. It's all right to get into various topics. You know what I'm saying? The Most High never just have us speaking on one thing, man. You know? Because I could be going into 2/3 of our people all day and be pulling out scriptures all day. But the Most High got me going into the how 2/3 of our people are destroyed. How these women are harlots. You know, how Jake love popping other men, women. But that's our job, is to give warning into 2/3 of our people, unto our people. Salaki, unto our people. You know? It's to prophesy. Talk about martial law, the famine, the uproars, the racial wars. These are things that Yahweh Bashim Shai wants us to talk about. So if you get into various topics, that's all right, man. You know, the air and the earth is polluted. You know, and how is that, man? You got these big diesel trucks driving around, blowing out all kind of black smoke. These cars that blow out smoke. You know, you got these factories. You know, these type of things causes the air to become polluted. That's how you know also this is a carnal world, man. This world is carnal. Now, when I say this world is carnal, I'm talking about Esau world. As of right now, his world is carnal. The world itself is spiritual, man. The Most High built this world in the spiritual aspect. But as long as Esau ruling over it, it's carnal. You know, these people don't understand the scriptures. They reject the true teachings of the scriptures. You know, they reject what the Most High have put out there through his prophets that's out in the highways and byways. You know, you got all these different doctrines. But you know, one thing is that the Most High, the doctrine that he have given unto brothers, the truth that he have given unto brothers to speak, we're shutting down these Christians, man. We're shutting down these Jehovah's Witnesses. You know, since the brothers been bringing these scriptures out the right way, now these Christians want to get into reading the scriptures, man. Before they wasn't reading them. Now they want to read them. Now they want to combat what we teach and not able to come up against what we teach through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bashim Shai, which is a beautiful thing, man. Because it proves that their doctrine that they teach is lies, man. That's that plantation Christianity, man. Yeah, man, but I don't want to keep going on, man. You know, I pretty much got out what I wanted to get out, man. What the Spirit had me get out. You know, on Jake, because like Jake said what? He's a black Israelite. Jake said he a black Israelite. You know, but you can see 2/3 of our people are destroyed. And again, man, this thing isn't about color, man. This thing isn't about every Israelite looks like a so-called black man. That's not what this thing is about, man. Israelites can look like people of other nations. You know why? Because our people mingled themselves with the other nations, like it tells you in the book of Psalms 106:3, I believe. It says, "For my people have mingled themselves with the other nations." Our people have, you know, mainly you men, you have had sexual intercourse and have given seed unto the other nations. Now, you got Israelites that can look like so-called white people, that can look like so-called Arabs, or that can look like so-called Africans, Hamites, or look like so-called Moabites, or look like so-called Ammonites, Chinese and the Japanese. You have that, man. Again, this thing isn't something carnal, man. It tells you that in the book of Romans 8 and 16. The Spirit beareth witness with our spirit that we're the children of the Most High. Galatians 5 and 25. If you live by the Spirit, walk by the Spirit. Yeah, man, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it out from there and say Barak de Yahweh, Barak de Hawashah, Barak de Yahweh, Barak de Hawashah, Bahashem Rakakadash, double honors the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutation to you brothers out there doing this work with true sincerity. I like to say Muwafla Bible, which is death to Babylon. Lord willing, this was edifying to you brothers out there that's doing this work with true sincerity. I like to say Shalom.